What is going on YouTube today? We're checking out a Buell Blast. So yeah, it's got the Vance and Hines pipe on it. Vance and Hines doesn't have the factory. New spark plug. It's 2001 with 5708. It's got about almost a 2-gallon tank in it, and I can probably get about 105 miles, but which is pretty good when it only costs you, $4 or $5 to fill the tank. I do not recommend this bike for someone that wants to put someone on the back, because this bike's not really designed. Well, I mean, it's designed for it, but I'm about 6 feet, 200 pounds. So, I mean, I think that's all you need for this bike. If you did put someone on the back, it'd probably squat the bike a little bit, but I've heard and I've seen people do that. If there's anything on these bikes or that I should do, I was thinking about taking out the fender to turn into like a cafe racer, but just not too sure of what I want to do with the bike. I kind of wanted to take all the plastic off to paint all the red on it to black. I don't know, but I can sure as hell start it up for you. Let it prime on all bikes, starts right up. Idles perfectly fine. One thing that I did notice with these Buell Blasts, they're obviously carbureted down there. They're obviously carbureted. What you want to do is, before you ride this thing or even take it out, let the thing get up to temp before you ride it, because it will die on you, because it has an automatic choke in it, which will release with heat, that I believe. I'm not a fan about that, because you have to let the bike warm up by itself, basically. You can't rush it. So if it had a manual choke, with a manual choke, you can turn the choke off and go right away. With this, if it's not warmed up to 100%, it will die on you because it's not warm enough. But this, by the way, these are aftermarket bars. If I'm able to throw up a picture of the factory ones, they're kind of ugly, not gonna lie. The oil changes on these are easy to, let's talk about the oil changes. So pretty much, to do an oil change on one of these bad boys, you're going to have to take these clips out right here, pop those off, or usually just push them back here, and then you can get in here with the screwdriver. Or no, it's I think it's like a 8mm bolt or nut. You take that off, you take these out, and then they'll hang down here, and you just pop the cap out, put like an oil catch can thing down there to catch all the oil. Spark plugs are hard to do. That's one thing. They're kind of tricky. If you have angled ratchet, you can get up there, but if you don't have that, you're gonna have to take the gas tank off. I didn't have to do that. I got up there because the spark plug's right there, and it's kind of hard to get at sometimes. It does have the factory seat. I do want the lower than low seat. I think that's what they call it, but I'm not too sure. Another thing that I read about, this is the only pipe, the Vance and Hines pipe, that they make for the Buell Blast. And I do believe that it makes the bike run a lot more cooler. It lets more heat out of the engine. That's what you want to do with bikes. You want to get the heat off the engine as fast as possible. mean, there's not really much to talk about. This is a very great beginner bike. That's what I got for my beginner bike. Just don't know what I want next. If I want the Ducati Monster 796 or 696, probably be the 796 because I don't know. I just need a bike that I wanted to buy a bike that I could obviously grow into and whatnot, but you know, I'm growing into this one. It took me like 2 months to get used to it and whatnot, but I want to buy a next bike that I can at least grow into, if that makes any sense. Something that's a little faster, a little bit more comfortable, because this seat right here, after about a half hour to 45 minutes, it starts to hurt your ass. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the bike gets up and goes for what it is. It's a 500cc single cylinder. Believe it or not, these are actually a Harley engine that Eric Buell created using Harley's engines. So obviously it's not a twin cam. Buell made the Buell Lightning, the Buell Blast, of course, the Buell Cyclone. I'm not too sure. Oh, the 1199 or whatever, 1125. The Buell Lightning is actually a twin cam from like a 1200 Sportster. It's a very cool bike. You don't see a lot of them. One thing about these Buells, I'm not sure if it's on all Buells, but the Buell Blast, of course, the oil goes in the frame of the bike, actually, which is kind of cool. I mean, it frees up a lot of space for a lot of things. All I know is you can beat the absolute shit out of the... not like fucking go dirt biking, but I'm sure you can. I've seen guys put dirt bike tires on these things. It'd be a nice, like, to ride on the trails, but not, like, completely beat it up. But I've seen guys jump these things and shit. They're a heavy bike. I think they're like 400 pounds, 450 pounds. I mean, that's not heavy for a bike. That's, you know, average. A regular street glide right there is about 950. So that's a big difference. It's a very big difference in the weight of the bike. So, yeah, that's a Buell Blast for you. Thanks for watching.